Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard, counting, and a win! And a win! Brian Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts, and why not?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live, and we are coming to you from Cabinets Field for the second half of our doubleheader. We have the Bluff Hornets coming in to take on the hosting Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers. Thank you guys for watching us. If you were here on the first game, Sinton defeated Miller in 5 games via the run rule, winning 17-0, putting up 15 hits, bringing in 17 runs. And right now we have Flower Bluff taking on Corpus Christi Carroll. So stick here with us. Both teams coming off big nights over on Tuesday. Carroll gave up a 4-run lead to fall to Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial at Whataburger Field, and the Flower Bluff Hornets defeating the Moody Trojans here in 10 innings, 2-1, and what was a pitcher's duel by a couple of pitchers. And we're going to be seeing the Flower Bluff Hornets in action here once again. So while there's still some warming up going on the field, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Is one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still here during our pregame, and we're about to have the lineups for both squads coming out here. And it's going to be Corpus Christi Carroll hosting Flower Bluff, and a district matchup here between the two. And we're just wrapping up here the pregame festivities, and we're going to have the starting lineups momentarily. This is going to be the second game of a doubleheader. Sinton took on Miller in the game prior. And Sinton getting the win in 5 innings there, 17-0. And both of these teams coming off one-run games. Veterans defeated Carroll 5-4 on Tuesday, and Flower Bluff bested Moody 2-1 in a 10-inning game. So we're gonna have the Flower Bluff Hornet lineup, and here we go. Starting off, Justin Arredondo, followed by number 21, Josh Graff. Starting pitcher, Nash Villegas, followed by Michael Mendiola batting fourth. Batting fifth, Bailey Jones, who put on a show Tuesday night, followed by Diego Delgado. And batting in the sixth spot, Adam Sheehan. Batting seventh, Marcos Marroquin. Batting eighth, number 12, Chris Farah. And batting ninth, Jace Hensyke. And that's the starting lineup for the Flower Bluff Hornets. And moving over to the Carroll Tigers.
And now the starting lineup for your Carroll Tigers.
So we're going to start off for the Carroll Tigers. Leading off is going to be Gilbert Gonzalez. Batting second, Nick Matridis. Batting second and starting pitcher. Batting third, Easton Hewitt. Batting fourth, Diego Cardonas. Batting fifth is going to be E.J. Cantu. Batting sixth is going to be Trey Estrada. Batting seventh is going to be Matt Martinez. Batting seventh is going to be Gavin Villegas. And batting ninth is going to be Chris Chavez. The starting lineup for the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers. So we're going to have the national anthem coming up. So we'll have the national anthem, and then we're going to have the opening pitch moments after that. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live, national anthem coming your way.
Everyone should remain standing during the national anthem. Would everyone within hearing distance of the music please rise and remain standing in respect for our country and our nation's flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
First pitch coming up right after this. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live.
But we have many soldiers, from the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Gilbert Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leadoff hitter for Flower Bluff, Justin Arredondo, coming to the plate to face Carroll pitcher Nick Matrides.
Leading up for the Hornets, shortstop number 1, Justin Arredondo.
And that first pitch coming in for strike number 1. And the pitch count now 0-2 for Arredondo. And this pitch coming in outside for ball number 1. So the count now 1-2. And for those of you watching this, must apologize. Facebook has been a little off with us today. Some of the links are going live a little bit late, but they are going right up on Facebook and Twitter. So, and here's a leadoff single to get things going by Arredondo. So a runner on now.
Up to bat now for the Hornets.
And coming up to bat is going to be Josh Graff. And 1 out for Graff. And as I mentioned, if you're watching on Twitter and on YouTube, go over to Facebook and share it and let people know that it is there. We've shared them on our Facebook, the links. And if you've found the link via Facebook, go and share that link and let everybody know that you're watching. We apologize for the communication between our systems and Facebook. Again, some have gone live a little late, so make sure just to keep your eyes peeled for that. And this one is going to be fouled off, and the count's going to move to 0-2 now for Josh Graff. So no balls, 2 strikes here. Here's the delivery from Matredes, and that one goes over his glove, and that's going to be bouncing into that gap there. So it's going to be back-to-back singles to lead things off here. For Flower Bluff, it's going to put runners at first and second. So here comes now the starting pitcher, Nash Villegas.
Off the bat of the Hornets, the starting pitcher number 20, Nash Villegas.
So back-to-back hits to get things going. So 2 on, nobody out now. And Matredes delivers the pitch, and Villegas over to short, and the 6-4-3 double play turn there. Nicely done by the infield for Carroll.
Has one army, but we have many.
And let's go to that replay as Mendiola comes up to the plate. And just nicely executed there. There's a throw, and then back over to first. So runner now at third. For Flower Bluff. So 2 away now. And the count's now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Mendiola. Here's a pitch from Matredes, and that's going to be called strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out. Runner in scoring position for Flower Bluff. Here's the next pitch in from Matredes, and that's going to be outside for ball number 2. So 2's all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the pitch from Matredes. This one comes in outside for ball number 3. So full count now, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So here's the 3-2 pitch, and this one comes in outside for ball number 4 and a walk. Runners now at the corners.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, the designated hitter number
Coming
3,
up,
Bailey Jones.
Bailey Jones. Big effort from Bailey Jones last time out. He's just the DH here today. And Jones pitched 9 innings of the 10, 8 scoreless last time. Allowed just 1 run on 3 hits. So, and here's Jones gonna fly out to center field for the 3rd and final out. So no runs on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base for Flower Bluff in the top of the 1st inning. We're midway through the 1st. Bottom of the 1st coming up, and Gonzalez, Matredes, Hewitt due up for the Carroll Tigers. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
The infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the 1st inning. A couple of hits by Flower Bluff, but to lead things off in the top of the first inning, but Nash Villegas hits into a 6-4-3 double play for 2 outs. And then 2 batters later, the designated hitter, Bailey Jones, flies out to center field to end the inning with a runner stranded on third. So here comes the Carroll Tigers up to bat. They'll be facing Nash Villegas on the mound here. And the Carroll Tigers are going to send out Gilbert Gonzalez to lead things off as he faces Villegas here. So it's Gonzalez, Patrides, Hewitt due up here for the Carroll Tigers. So here we go.
Number 20, Gilbert Gonzalez.
So here's the first pitch from Villegas, and Gonzalez is going to foul that one off. For strike number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you retrieve a foul ball, we ask that you please return it to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
And here's a ball put in play by Gonzalez for the 4-3 ground out. 4 out number 1. So with 1 out, here comes the pitcher, Nick Patrides.
Up to bat now for your Carroll Tigers. The starting pitcher, number 8, Nick Patrides.
So 1 out, nobody on here for Patrides. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 1. So 1-0 the count here for Patrides. Here's the next pitch coming in from Villegas, and Patrides is going to foul this one off to even up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1's across the board. Here's the pitch. And this one comes in low and outside, gets away from the catcher for ball number 2. And Patrides is going to get a piece of this one. He's going to foul it off, even things up at 2-2. Patrides on the mound, giving up 2 hits in that first inning with a walk. And here he is battling as he fouls off back-to-back pitches. Count's going to stay even at 2. And this pitch in for ball number 3. So the count even now at 3-2. And here's Villegas delivering this pitch, and Patrides swings, misses, and he's going to try to beat out the throw. Will not. For out number 2. So 2 down, and coming up for the Carroll Tigers is going to be Easton Hewitt. With 2 out, nobody on. And here's a pitch, and this one comes in and gets that outside corner for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. That's going to be ball number 1. Count even up at 1. 2 outs here. And this pitch comes in down the middle but low for ball number 2. And this pitch is going to be called strike number 2. So the count even up at 2-2. And this pitch on the outside corner for strike number 3. And down goes Hewitt looking. So back-to-back Ks to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Carroll Tigers in the bottom of the first inning. So coming up is going to be the Flower Bluff Hornets on the top of the second inning. And leading out is going to be Delgado, followed by Sheehan and Maroquin. Due up for the Hornets in the top of the second. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second inning, leading off for the Flower Bluff Hornets. It's going to be number 9, Diego Delgado. And this first pitch comes in from Matredes on that outside for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike now. And this pitch comes in inside. It gets the inside corner now for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here for Matredes with Diego Delgado at the plate. Here's a pitch from Matredes. That one comes in outside a little high for ball number 1. And this pitch is going to be popped up. And the catch is going to be made there for out number 1. So 1 out now.
Come to bat now for the Hornets. Right fielder number 4.
And here comes Adam Sheehan with 1 out, nobody on here. And this pitch comes in outside, and Matredes hits that outside once again. And here we go outside for ball number 1. And this one going to be fouled off. For strike number 2. So 1-2 the count now. So here's a pitch from Atreides, and Sheehan reaches for that one. He's going to foul it off. And the count's going to stay at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here for Sheehan. Here's the pitch from Atreides, and Sheehan gets a piece of this one, and he sends it over to left field for out number 2. So 2 down in the inning now, and coming up is going to be Marcos Marroquin. So here's Atreides, and delivers this pitch as Marroquin fouls it out for strike number 1. And this pitch outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's a pitch, and this one curving inside a little bit for strike number 2. So 1-2 the count now. And Marroquin steps out of the box, steps back in. He's ready to go now. And Atreides delivers this pitch outside. It gets away, and that's going to be strike 3. And trying to beat out the run is Marroquin, but the play is made there. So 3 up, 3 down for Fly Bluff in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And let's check out that replay. That was a nice bit of running there, but a good throw here by the pitcher. And you see the runner just trying to beat it out, but a nice catch as the catcher went back there and was able to recover. So we are midway through the 2nd inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the inning due up here, and the Carroll Tigers coming to the plate. 4, 5, 6 coming up, and that's going to be Cárdenas, Cantu, Estrada. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
One army, but we have many soldiers, from the infantrymen and women who guard our nation to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 2nd inning due up. Leading things off is going to be Diego Cárdenas, as the Carroll Tigers get into the heart of their lineup here.
Leading off for your Carroll Tigers, first baseman number 22, Diego Cárdenas.
So this pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 1. So no balls, one strike here. Here's the next pitch in from Villegas. This one comes in a little low, bounces, gets past the catcher for ball number 1. So the count even now, 1-1. And swing and a miss for strike number 2. Now got us behind in the count, 1-2. And here's the pitch, and Gardenas going to foul this one off. And Gardenas gets a piece of this one and fouls it off directly behind him into the wall. And the count's going to stay here at 1-2. So Villegas ready. Here's the delivery. And this one gets fouled off once again. And Gardenas here making some contact. Fouled off, I believe now, 3 in a row. And Cardenas gets a piece of this one, and he's going to fly out over to left field for out number 1. So 1 down, and coming to the plate is going to be number 3, E.J. Cantu for the Carroll Tigers. With 1 out, nobody on.
Right fielder number 3, E.J. Cantu.
And it would appear that our video has gone live now on Facebook. And we must apologize. For some reason, the system is picking up our data late for whatever reason. But we are on live right now. And I want to thank everybody for joining us. Here we are in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1 out here and 1-0 the count for E.J. Cantu as this ball comes in high and gets away for ball 2. So 2-0 the count now. And that pitch comes in for ball number 3. So the count is now 3-0. And that's going to be strike number 1. So 3-1 the count now. And with that pitch, count moves to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch from Villegas on the outside, and that's going to be a walk. And it's going to put a runner on first now. And it's going to be Villegas' first walk of the game. So coming up to bat next is going to be Trey Estrada, the 6th batter in this lineup.
Now for your Carroll Tigers, second baseman number 21, Trey Estrada.
So 1 on, 1 out here for Estrada, and here's the pitch. This one comes in outside. For ball number 1. And swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 1. So the count now, even at 1, one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And 1 runner on first. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 2, and the count moves to 1 and 2. And Estrada's going to pop this one up, and Flower Bluff's going to get under it for out number 2. So 2 down here. And coming to the plate next is going to be number 4, Matt Martinez. So 2 out and a runner on here for Martinez on the bottom of the 2nd inning. Vegas looks over. Delivers this pitch in high for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And a runner on here. Vegas looking over to first. And there's this pitch, comes in high. 2-1 to count. And this pitch comes in for strike number 2. They're on that outside once again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And swing and a miss, and down goes Martinez for strike number 3 and out number 3, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, there was no errors, and there was 1 left on base in the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Carroll Tigers. We are through 2. We're headed to the top of the 3rd inning for the Flower Bluff Hornets. And for the Hornets, 8-9-1 due up. That's going to be Farah, Hensick, and top of the lineup with Alerondo due up here for the Flower Bluff Hornets. So we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third inning. Due up leading off is going to be Farah. And the count's 1-0 here. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So the count now 2-1. And this pitch comes in on the outside for strike number 2 to even things up. So Farah, the 8th batter in the order. I mentioned 8-9-1 due up for Bluff in this inning. And Farah's going to pop this one up, and he's going to fly out to right field for out number 1. So one down and coming to the plate is going to be Jace Heinsick.
Shortstop number 1, Justin Arredondo.
Actually, no, we're back to the top of the lineup. Excuse me. Heinsick was on one of the lineup cards, but I guess he was in there as a sub. So top of the lineup. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count here for Arredondo. Arredondo 1-0 on the night. 1 for 1 on the night, excuse me, with a single to lead off. And he's going to belt this one right past the shortstop for a leadoff single. So that's going to put a runner on here. So 2 for 2 for Arredondo now. He has now 2 singles. 2 hits on the day.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, third baseman number 21, Josh Graff.
And here comes Graff. Graff also 1 for 1 on the night. Part of those back-to-back singles to lead off the top of the first inning. But one was left on in that inning as Villegas came up next to hit into a double play, and this throw goes over the shortstop's glove as they're trying to pick the runner Arredondo off at second, and throw is just not there, and the runner's going to get advanced. So the count 0-1, and there's a strike to make it 0-2 in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at second, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. And here's the pitch outside for ball number 1. Here's a pitch by Matredes, and this one smacked over to the second baseman as he bobbles the ball. So it's going to be an error at 4. An E4 now. There. And it's going to put runners at the corners. And we'll take a look at this. And that one hit right towards the second baseman and just dropped the ball there as he tried to make the throw. And that's going to put runners at the corners now for Villegas. And Villegas up the middle for an RBI single. So Arredondo's going to score, and that's going to be the first run of the game. Nash Villegas RBI single, and that's going to put runners at first and second now. You'll see the split screen over to the right.
Number 18, Anthony Ciardelli. And up to bat now for the Hornets, center fielder number 15, Michael Mendiola.
And that one just right up the middle there for Villegas and allowing the runner to come in. It's nicely done there. So runners now at first and second, 1 out. Count 1-0, and up to the plate now is Michael Mendiola. And Mendiola makes contact here and is going to foul it off. One's all across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a 1-0 lead for Flower Bluff after a Nash Villegas RBI single. As he sent it just rolling down the middle to score Justin Arredondo. And this pitch comes in a little low and outside for ball number 2. Two balls, 1 strike now. And this pitch, little inside for ball number 3. So the count moves to 3-1 for Mendiola. 2 plate appearances, 1 walk the first time, and here he is now ahead of the count 3-1. And he's going to get a piece of that one. He's going to foul it off right on top of us. And the count now full. And this one popped up, and it's going to fall there in the gap by Mendiola, and he's going to load the bases up. And just in front of the center fielder. I don't know if he lost it or what, but it came down a couple of feet in front of him, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Flower Bluff here.
The designated hitter number 3, Bailey Jones.
And here comes the DH, Bailey Jones. Jones 0 for 1 with a fly out. And here's Jones, gets a piece of this one and fouls it off. And that one's going to bounce over to short, and there's the throw to first for out number 2, but it's going to score a runner as Graff comes in. So one more run score is here for Flower Bluff. Let's go back and watch that replay. See how it came in. Jones puts this one in play. It bounces over to short. Makes the throw there, and a runner comes in. So the throw not in time.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, left fielder number 9, Delgado.
So excuse me there for calling him out. So it's going to be an RBI single now. With the bases loaded, and here comes Delgado. And it's a 2-0 Flower Bluff lead with 1 out and the bases loaded. And Delgado 0-1 with the pop fly last time. And this one's going to be popped up, and the first baseman's going to make the play for out number 2.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, right fielder number 4, Sheehan.
So coming up next is going to be Sheehan. Also for 1 here. And that pitch comes in for strike number 1. So 2 outs, bases loaded for Flower Bluff. They put up 2 runs here in the inning, and they're trying to put more, but Matreedy's out here trying to leave bases loaded, and this ball over to the shortstop who can't make a decision, and a run's going to score. And that's going to be 3-0 now. Not going to go down as a hit.
Coming to the plate now for the Hornets.
So single with an RBI. Here comes Maroquin. It's going to be represent the 9th batter faced here in this inning by Matreedy's. So bases loaded. 2 outs, and the count now at 0-1. And this pitch comes in on the outside for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. For Maroquin. We're here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch by Matreedy's, and this one right up the middle by Maroquin. One's going to score. And getting back on the bag, and here's a bit of a rundown, and that's going to be the 3rd out there, but a runner comes in anyway. And there's a throw for that last out. Just caught in a rundown there, and a couple are going to be stranded. But 4 runs come in on 7 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 2 left on base. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway through the 3rd, headed to the bottom for the Carroll Tigers. And due up for Carroll is going to be Villegas, Chavez, and back to the top of the lineup with Gonzalez. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 4-0 lead by the Hornets as they put up 4 in the top of the third inning. And up to bat for the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers is going to be Gavin Villegas leading off. And this first pitch comes in for strike number 1. And this pitch in from Villegas comes in as a bouncer for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And swing and a miss here for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this one on the outside for strike number 3. And that's going to be Villegas going down looking. Third strikeout for Nash Villegas on the game.
Left fielder number 2, Chris Chavez.
3 strikeouts and 8 batters face, and now coming to the plate is going to be Chris Chavez, number 9 batter in the lineup. And this one's going to get fouled off by Chavez for strike number 1.
Back to the top of the lineup for your Carroll Tigers, center fielder number 20, Gilbert Gonzalez.
And coming up next is going to be Gilbert Gonzalez with a man on. Count at 1-0, runner on first. And this one going to be fouled off by Gonzalez for strike number 1. And Villegas delivers this one in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Villegas looks over at the man at first. And he's ready. Here's the delivery. And this one popped up. And the center fielder coming in to make the grab for out number 2. So 2-away runner still at first, and coming up is going to be Nick Matridis.
Coming to the plate now for your Carroll Tigers, the pitcher number 8, Nick Matridis.
So 2 out, 1 on. Here's the throw over to first, not in time. That's Chavez able to get back on the bag. And there's the throw. Back over to first. Throw not able to get there, and here we are. Here's the pitch from Villegas. This one comes in low for ball number 1. And Vitridis is going to fly out to center field, and that's going to be out number 3. So no runs and no hits. There was no errors, and there was one left on base for Carroll in the bottom of the 3rd. We're headed to the top of the 4th now.
No errors, and one left on base.
And coming up next, Coming up next is going to be 9-1-2. So Farah, Arredondo, Graf due up for Flower Bluff in the top of the 4th inning. So keep it here. We are through 3, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
One army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, top of the 4th inning, and due up for Flower Bluff here in the top of the 4th is going to be number 12 Farah, number 1 Arredondo, and number 21 Graf. So
leading off for the Hornets, second baseman number 12, Chris Farah.
So here's a pitch from Vitridis, and this one's going to be popped up, and it's going to be foul as the left fielder came out trying to track that one down. Nearly does. There's a few steps off of it, but it's going to be 0-1 now as that one goes foul. And here's this pitch, comes in for strike number 2. So the count 0-2 now. Here's a pitch, and this one's going to be a fly out as the second baseman coming over to make that play for out number 1. So we're back to the top of the lineup. And Arredondo 2 for 2 with a couple of singles here. Coming to the plate with 1 out. Here's a pitch from Vitridis. This one high and inside for ball number 1. And this one going to be a little roller out to the shortstop, and the overthrow's there. And we're going to have an error. So Arredondo going to reach on an E3. So a second error of the night for the Carroll Tigers. So runner going to be on with 1 out.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, third baseman number 21, Josh Graf.
And here comes Josh Graf. So there's the pitch, and 1-1 to count. One's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on first. And there's a throw over to first, and runner able to get back on the bag. And this one's going to be popped up, and the outfielder is going to call for it, and he's going to come up to make the play for out number 2. So 2 down, and coming up to the plate, it's going to be Nash Villegas. So 1 on, 2 outs here for Villegas. 1 for 2 is Villegas. It's an RBI single. And this pitch in the inside corner for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. And this pitch from Atreides. Low and outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on first. And this pitch comes in and gets away from the catcher for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Villegas is going to foul this one off deep to even the count at 2-2.
Friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you retrieve a foul ball, we ask that you please return it to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Villegas going to foul this one off, bouncing up the third base line. Count going to stay at 2-2. This pitch comes in outside for ball number 3. So the count now 3-2. So full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first for Nash Villegas. And Villegas reaches and gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. And Villegas in there battling. This has been a lengthy at-bat for Nash Villegas. And here's a 3-2 pitch from Atreides, and this one a bouncer over to the third baseman, who's able to get it and make the throw for out number 3. So the 5-3 ground out's going to do it here. So no runs and no hits. There was 1 error and there was 1 left on base. And the top of the 4th inning, we're headed to the bottom and coming to bat for the Carroll Tigers. Is going to be 3 4-5, which is going to be Hewitt, Cardenas, and Cantu in the bottom of the fourth inning. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
In part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning, and due up for the Carroll Tigers, leading off is going to be Easton Hewitt for his second time at bat. Hewitt's 0 for 1 on the night. He last came to the plate bottom of the first inning, and he struck out. So he's 0 for 1 on the night. So here's the pitch in from Villegas. This one low and outside, getting away from the catcher for ball number 1. So the count is here at 2 balls, 1 strike now. And Hewitt gets a piece of this one. He's going to foul it off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this pitch way inside, and Villegas ends up beaning Hewitt there. So that's going to put a runner on now.
First baseman number 22, Diego Cardenas.
And here comes Diego Cardenas, 0 for 1 on the night with a fly out. This pitch comes in low and outside. 4 ball number 1. And this one, nice diving catch. Wow, what a play. And let's look at this one here. Just what a play there. It's short.
Carroll Tigers, right fielder number 3, E.J. Cantu.
Here's the pitch, just smack there, and just what a nice diving catch there. And Justin Arredondo just got all the hops there. So up to bat now, it's EJ Cantu. And this pitch comes in for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, a runner on first. And Cantu gets under this one, and he's going to fly out to right field. And there's going to be an error on the throw in. And the runner's going to advance, and we're going to have a fly out. So 2 down, runner on second now.
Takes up the bat for your Carroll Tigers, second baseman, number 21, Trey Estrada.
Here comes Trey Estrada, runner on second, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Estrada is going to smack this one into center field as he's going to fly out to end the inning. So no runs or no hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 left on base for the Flower Bluff Hornets in the bottom of the 4th inning. We are through 4, and we're headed to the top of the 5th inning, and due up for Flower Bluff is going to be Mendiola, Jones, and Delgado in the top of the 5th. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark Molina, and we are coming to you here in the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Cavernous Field. The Hornets with a 4-0 lead through 4 innings over the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers, and leading off for Flower Bluff is going to be Michael Mendiola, who is 1 for 1 on the night with a walk. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And this pitch smacked over to short, and here's the throw, and off the bag as the throw kind of drifts a little to the right, so it's going to be an error, and first on an error here for Mendiola.
Takes up the bat for the Hornets, the designated hitter number 3, Bailey Jones.
So 1 on, nobody out here for Jones. And Jones 1 for 2 with an RBI. And 2 plate appearances, and he's going to foul this one off for strike number 1. Here's a pitch from Atreides, and he's going to end up getting a piece of Jones there. And it's going to put runners on first and second now with nobody out. And coming up to the plate here is going to be Diego Delgado. And Delgado gets a piece of this one. He's going to foul it off for strike number 1. And this one is going to be hit over to the third baseman for out number 1. So the 5-3 ground out. One out, runners move over.
Now batting right fielder number 4, Adam Sheehan.
And here comes Sheehan now. And Sheehan hits it right up the middle. And a couple of runners are going to score. Well, at least one is. So it's going to be an RBI single. And Sheehan's going to move over to second. And that's going to score Mendiola to make it a 5-0 game.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, they capture number 29, Marcos Maruquin.
And coming up next is going to be Marcos Maruquin. And Maruquin is going to send that one and into center field. And the catch not going to be made. And it's going to be an RBI single there. And it's a 6-0 lead. So it's 6-0, 10 hits, 6 runs, and Matridis is going to take a seat, and he's going to be done after 4 1/3 inning here, and he's allowed, as we said, 10 hits, 6 runs. So we're going to have a new pitcher here taking warm-up pitches, and let's see who it is. And it's going to be for Carroll. It's going to be number 24. And that's going to be Jake Cruz coming in to replace Matridis. So he's going to take his warm-up pitches, and we're going to be back. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 6-0 lead for Flower Bluff in the top of the 5th inning. Back after this.
Hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new pitcher in. It's going to be Jake Cruz on the mound now for Flower Bluff. And Nick Matridis is done after allowing 6 runs on 10 hits. There has been 3 errors, however, on the night for for Corpus Christi Carroll. So we'll continue to monitor that as Jake Cruz comes in on the mound now, and he's going to be facing Chris Farah coming to the mound. And Farah, last time he was up, had a fly out to lead off the 4th inning. So 0 for 2 is Chris Farah. So runners on First and third. One out here. And this bunt put down. So 0-1 the count here for Farah. Here's the pitch from Cruz. This one comes in inside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and runners at the corners. 2 more runs coming in this inning for Flower Bluff. And sliding into home, safe. Nicely done there. Coming in on a pass ball, making it a 7-0 game. And there's Sheehan sliding in. So it's not 1 and 2. We have the replay playing on the right there, and this one just gets away. And here comes the runner, and he's able to slide in. Does Sheehan. And there's a strikeout. So 2 down now.
Lineup for the Hornets. Shortstop number 1, Justin Arredondo.
And we're at the top of the lineup, and the score is 7-0. And here comes Arredondo. With a runner at second now. And Arredondo fouls this one off. And swing and a miss there by Arredondo. So the count now at 0-2. And this one hit right by the third baseman, and here comes another run in. It's going to be an RBI single. Bringing in the courtesy runner, Aiden Bettis.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, third baseman number 21, Josh Graff.
So here comes Graff with a runner at first now. 2 outs. And a throw over to first. And Graff, last time he was up, had a fly out. So a couple of 4-run innings for Flower Bluff. 4 in the top of the third and 4 more here in the top of the 5th. This pitch comes in inside for ball number 1. This pitch comes in high for ball number 2. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs here. In the top of the 5th inning. And the catcher going to come out and talk to the pitcher here a little bit. Try to settle him down. And so this pitch comes in down the middle, and that's going to be called strike number 1. Two balls, 1 strike. And this pitch down the middle once again for strike number 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here, runner at first. And here's a pitch, and this one's going to be popped up and fouled off. Count going to stay at 2-2. And here's a strikeout for out number 3. So 3 more runs come across for Flower Bluff in the top of the 5th inning.
There were 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base.
So 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base for Flower Bluff in the top of the 5th inning. Head to the bottom of the 5th now, and Corpus Christi Carroll coming up to bat. And due up for Carroll is going to be Martinez, Villegas, and Chavez. 7-8-9 for the Carroll Tigers in the bottom of the inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fifth inning, leading off here for Corpus Christi Carroll, Matthew Martinez. And the pitch count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch gets past the catcher and back over towards the wall for ball number 2. And this one going to be popped up, and the second baseman going to get under it for out number 1. So 1 down, coming up to bat, it's going to be Gavin Villegas. Actually, we're going to have a new batter coming in. So batting now is going to be Matt Del Bosque.
Now for your Carroll Tigers, number 11, Matt Del Bosque.
So 1 out and Del Bosque in, and this pitch from Villegas comes in outside and low for ball number 1. And 2-0 the count now. And this pitch comes in outside for strike number 1. And swing and a miss for strike number 2. And the count now 2-2 for Del Bosque. And swing and a miss for strike number 3, and 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 down, excuse me.
Coming to the plate now for your Carroll Tigers, left fielder number 2, Chris Chavez.
And here comes Chris Chavez. So that's the 4th strikeout for Nash Villegas here, and 4 2/3 innings. And that pitch comes in for ball number 1. And that one comes in inside for ball number 2. And this one over to center field, and the center fielder is going to call for it, and it's going to be a fly out for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. So no runs, so no hits. There was no errors, and there was nobody left on base. And we are through 6 innings. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Pitch count is at 70.
One army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 6th inning coming up here for the Flower Bluff Hornets. And we're going to have 3, 4, 5. And due up in this inning is going to be Villegas, Mendiola, Jones versus new pitcher Diego Cardenas. And that was going to do it for the last pitcher, Jake Cruz, who faced just 3 batters, got 2 strikeouts, and allowed an RBI single to come in. And it's an 8-0 lead. He also allowed a run to come in on a pass ball. So here we are, top of the 6th. And here comes Nash Villegas. Villegas, last time he was up, grounded out to a 5-3. So he is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. But he's doing work on the mound right now. Just 1 error on the Hornets in this game. It came on a throw in the outfield, I believe, and then no hits, no runs. So Villegas threw 5 complete. Well, you guys do the math there. And Villegas sends this one right past the third baseman's glove. And he's coming around, is the big man, for a stand-up double to lead things off here. And coming to the plate now is going to be Michael Mendiola. Mendiola reached on an error the last time up. And before that, recorded a single and a walk in his 3 appearances.
And up to bat now for the Hornets, center fielder number 15, Michael Mendiola.
So runner now at second. This pitch outside for ball number 1. And this pitch coming across for strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. And the pitch in for Cardenas. That's going to be strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. And here's a pitch. This one goes bouncing up the third base line. That's going to go foul. So the count's going to stay here at 1-2. So here's the pitch, and this one comes in outside for ball number 2. So the count now at 2-2. And this one right between third and short. For a base hit, and runners now at the corners. So runners now at first and third, and coming to the plate, it's going to be Bailey Jones.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, the designated hitter number 3, Bailey Jones.
And this pitch comes in low and outside. And it's going to be ball number 1. And this one hit over to left field. And 1 run's going to come in. And make that 2. And it's going to be a 2 RBI double by Bailey Jones. And it makes it a 10-0 game. With a runner at second, nobody out. And up to the plate now, it's going to be Delgado.
Courtesy runner at second base for the Hornets, number 6, Nick Mendoza. And up to bat, left fielder number 9, Delgado.
So 6 total runs here in the last 2 innings for the Hornets. 4 in the 5th and 2 here in the 6th. And 10 total in the last 4. As this pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this pitch comes in low for the strike, for the ball. So 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out, runner at second. And here's the pitch, and this one popped up deep to left field, and the left fielder able to get under it for out number 1. And here comes Sheehan.
Up to bat now for the Hornets, right fielder number 4, Sheehan.
So the ball goes past, and the runner's going to advance over to third. So this will be ball number 1, runner over at third in scoring position for Flower Bluff. And the Hornets bringing in 10 runs on 14 hits and aided by 3 errors on Carroll's end. this one hit out to left field, and it's going to be an RBI single for Sheehan.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, the catcher number 29, Marcos Marroquin.
So one out, a runner on. Here comes Marroquin. The count 0-1. And this pitch comes in for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. And 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And Marroquin hits this one over to the shortstop for the 6-3 ground out for out number 2. And the runner advances over to second base, and here comes Chris Farah.
New batter for the Hornets, number 14,
we're going to have a new batter now.
Judah Lewis.
And it's going to be number 14, Judah Lewis. Making his first appearance with a man on second and 2 outs. This pitch comes in for strike number 1. And the count moves to 0-2. And that's going to be strike number 3, and Lewis goes down looking. So 3 more runs come in for Flower Bluff on 4 hits.
To the middle of the 6th inning.
There's no errors.
There were 3 runs.
And 1 left on base.
On 4 hits. No errors. 1 left on base.
And we're headed to the bottom of the 6th, and due up for Carroll. And the bottom of the 6th inning. I believe it's going to be Matrides leading off. So we'll be back. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
In part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the sixth, and Carroll needs to put up at least 2 runs here so they can get one more inning out of this. But if not, game's over here in the next 3 outs, and Nasriega's on the mound. And top of the lineup here, it's going to be Gilbert Gonzalez. And Gonzalez going to foul that one off for strike number 1. This pitch comes in 1-1. And 2 balls, 1 strike now. And this pitch comes in high for ball number 3. Vegas has only faced now 19 batters. Hasn't faced more than 4 in an inning. And this one popped up high. And the center fielder back. And there it goes, and it falls, and that's going to be a base hit. And a triple. And there goes the would-be no-hitter, as that's the first hit of the game for Carroll.
Up to bat now for your Carroll Tigers, number 8, Nick Matredes.
And here comes Matredes with the runner in scoring position. And Carroll needs 2 runs here to extend it to the 7th inning. And Matredes is going to pop up, and good job there of the shortstop to be able to get under that for out number 1. So here comes Hewitt.
Carroll Tigers, third baseman, number 19, Easton Hewitt.
And swing and a miss there for Hewitt. Counting out 0-1. And this one on the outside corner for strike number 2. So no balls, 2 strikes now, 1 out, runner at third. And Flower Bluff trying to make this a little bit of an early night. And here's the pitch in from Villegas. This one comes in low for ball number 1. And this one comes in high, so count even now at 2-2. And this one comes in high, and that's going to even up the count now at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, a runner at third. And this pitch comes in low, and it's going to be a walk. So runners at the corner now. And here comes Diego Cardenas.
Up to bat now for your Carroll Tigers, the pitcher, number 22, Diego Cardenas.
And this pitch comes in low and inside for ball number 1. So the count 1-0, runners at the corners. And this one's going to be fouled off for strike number 1. And this pitch comes in high up the middle for ball number 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now. And this one going to be put in the gap. And nice play made there at center field. And there's the throw home. But there goes the shutout. And it's 11-1.
Next up to bat for your Carroll Tigers, first baseman, number 24, Jay Cruz.
And a runner at first for EJ. Well, actually, it's going to be a new batter here. This will be 24, Jake Cruz. And this one going to be fouled off. And here's the throw over to second. Now it's a strike, so the count's 1-2 here. Runner moving over to second. And there's a pitch, and this one gets away. And a runner moving over to third. And the count at 2-2 here. And Carroll trying to get to the 7th inning. And here's a pitch, and this one's going to be fouled off. And the count going to stay here at 2-2. With 2 out, runner on third. And it's 3-2. And that's going to be strike 3, and that's going to be the game here in 6 innings. So Nash Viegas, 5 shutout innings in 6 innings pitched, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, And that's going to do it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Flower Bluff Hornets defeat the Carroll Tigers 11-1. And I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube, wherever you guys use social media. That's Real Sports Live. That's RIO Sports Live. And find us at realsportslive.com. And once again, Flower Bluff defeats Carroll 11-1. I'm Mark Molina, ladies and gentlemen.